Hello, welcome. Right. Get the options up. Fiddle with that noise. I think we can do high. Change sound though, because that used to be way too loud. Better. Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace. I am a massive fan of the Arkham file board games. Mansion of Madness, which this game is based on, is my top favourite one. So, when they announced a Mansion of Madness video game by the new... I think it was the new Fantasy Flight game dev studio that was going to be working on a couple of Fantasy Flight IP based video games. I was very excited. Then that folded, but it was brought out and the Mansion of Madness video game was changed to Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace, which came out yesterday. So let's have a go and let's see how close it is to the Arkham file board games. I've not seen anything about this, so the art is pretty much bang on with the Arkham file games. Welcome to Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace. Who will be investigated for the new game?
Move aside.
There's no time like the present.
Harvey Walters, classic
Move
choice.
aside, boys.
So is Jenny
It's
Barnes.
That's my cue to play.
Jim Culver, musician.
I'm ready to
Interesting.
investigate.
Kate Winfrey, yeah.
I'm prepared.
It's my time in the spotlight.
Oh, Yorick's tempting.
I heed the Lord's call.
It's my time.
I'm prepared.
Oh, they've got rid of two of my favourites. Kitty? I shouldn't say they've got rid of, they've not got. Well, we are
I'm
missing
ready.
That's my cue.
Move aside.
There's no time like the present.
a little old lady. Let me bring up... I need to remember the actual names of them. 'Cause it's been a while since I played an Arkham Horror board game, to be fair. Last one I played would have been... probably Eldritch Horror. Which is probably second favourite. I don't want to know... yeah, investigators. So the first Arkham Horror game I played was Arkham Horror 2nd Edition. Now, the investigators are... Ashcan Pete. He's my usual go-to, mainly because he has a dog. Then second one go-to would be where Dexter Drake, the magician, because he has a top hat. And then Gloria Goldberg. No Gloria Goldberg.
Move
She's
aside.
like...
No time like the present.
Harvey Walters is the only character
aside,
there. I think
boys.
no, Jenny
Move
Barnes
aside.
from the
Move
original
That's my cue to
I'm ready. I'm
Arkham
prepared.
Horror
I
2.
heed-
All these are
I-
DLC
I-
characters.
That's my.
I heed.
It's my.
I'm prepared.
It's my time in the spotlight.
I think I go William Yorick, to be fair. 6% chance mental resistance. He's more chance to resist negative conditions. Physical. Combat, strong in initiative, strong in melee, average at ranged, average with magic. Traumas, daydreaming, monophobia, self-mutilation. William Yorick has been long desired to make a name for himself on the stage, at last having seen him in a performance of the Scottish play. I fear she'll never distinguish himself on the boards. To earn a living, he turned to work as a gravedigger, and no one can say he shies away from hard labour. Yes. Yorick it is. investigate yourself as a trauma when they already have 3 traumas. One of the traumas would be aggravated, okay?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wilhelmina Tillinghurst, Professor of Astronomy at Miskatonic University. All my life I have dedicated myself to the study of celestial objects. Most recently, I visited Louisiana to observe the passage of a comet I had observed for many years. I hoped the trip would provide me with the evidence required to conclude my decades-long research. Yesterday, you received my telegram requesting that you meet me at my house, just outside Arkham. And so, you've decided to join me in my mansion.
Like they say in Bioshock, there's always a mansion.
The estimable professor suggested a desire to organize a theatrical extravaganza. At last, a patroness who recognizes my talent.
Okay.
Welcome to my mansion, my friend.
I'd better ring the bell.
Okay. So for anyone who doesn't... Okay, confirm. For anyone who doesn't know, Arkham horror games are games set in the Lovecraft mythos. H.P. Lovecraft, so the great old gods, Cthulhu, etc. The Mansion of Madness games were originally a... Oh, so I can run with space. Originally came out of a like Dungeons and Dragon-esque, needing a DM scenario-based game, but the second one introduced you could run it without a games master, instead having an app run it. And it's the closest I've ever come to a board game video game. I'm intrigued how... I know it's going to be turn-based combat, but the Arkham horror games are, for me at least, are very much a survival horror game, Resident Evil-esque. That combat should in no way be the focus, you'll mostly want to run away from stuff. Okay. There's something glowing over there. Mostly an investigation style game. Well, the board games are. I would assume it's set in, there's going to be like multiple levels. Okay. You got to check everything. I wish to go into the basement. Let me into the basement. Oh, okay. Shift brings up current quest information, story, investigators, and enemies. Okay. Inventory. Okay, looks like we can have up to 3 investigators. L. Just that. Tab. Investigator. And okay, mythos. So the mythos is ongoing effects in the board games. M. Map. Okay. Okay. This feels really close to Mansion of Madness, which again would make sense. This was originally a Mansion of Madness video game. I keep saying board game. I get those confused so much.
Oh, answer me. Wait, Hamlet's talking to a ghost in that one. Bad choice.
Okay.
How rude of me to make you wait like this.
There's a light coming from that second floor window. Well, she must be home. Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house.
I wish I hadn't picked
Or
this
I
guy.
could just let myself in.
Each scenario has set specific objectives to complete progress to the next scenario. Find another way in. Okay. Oh, what? Not that. Spacebar. Looking at an option, I don't remember the option to remap controls. A box beneath the first floor window seems to invite you to that way. So throw a brick through the window?
It's no problem to reach the window, but it's shut tight. I'd need to smash the glass to get inside.
Brick through the window.
I hope you aren't thinking what I fear you're thinking.
So, this lady is narrating to us,
What I need is something heavy to
but
smash
it's in
this
the
window.
house? Okay. Some interesting programs may ask you to choose best action out of several possible actions. Okay. Look through. Wire cutters. Okay. Or I can find something I can cut with them. Car brake cables. Maybe not. That seems slightly too mean. Yes, I have reason to go in there. Basement might lead into the house. That's going to get annoying quite quickly. Okay. Only way is to chuck the wire cutters through the window, then by the looks of it.
How dare you smash my window? I hope you intend to have it replaced.
What light through yonder window breaks? It is my elbow! Ouch! Now, where is the professor?
Usually just looking at everything in Mouse and Man, not a good plan. Okay. There's always something about the stars that are right, so. Comets raising summit. Comets, maybe ghouls?
A broken vase. The professor must have heard it fall. She wouldn't have just left it here.
I certainly would not. I take pride in a clean and tidy abode, especially when expecting visitors.
Okay.
I'd better find her.
Well, she's clearly not dead. Otherwise, how would she be talking to us? Unless she's a ghost. That might explain it. Okay, so I can go upstairs. Or not. Okay, I can go upstairs. Can I go through this door? I cannot. Okay. No advice. Shards of some fragile object. Ah. We've got a timer. An unsuitable action makes the Mythos clock go faster. Based on its position, you think it fell from a small table nearby. Since fragments are free of dust, you decide it broke recently. Okay. So the Mythos clock is a feature from...
That
Do you mind?
scream came from upstairs.
That sounds like my voice. I must need help.
Professor? Was that you?
Of course it was.
No answer. There must be someone else.
Losing sanity. Okay, certain events will force sanity check. Each investigator's mental resistance score determines the chance of success. Suffers from trauma, giving them a penalty. A little table full of items. Found a weapon. Select the weapon by pressing enter, then move the cursor with... What? Okay. That seems bizarrely
Is this
complicated.
a dagger I see before?
What on earth are you doing with my letter opener?
Macbeth, I believe. Okay, shoes. Locked door. And not using the shift. Why didn't they make the shift key run? Why was it space?
The scream must have come from the other side of this door.
Okay, I don't want to go in the door
That's
then.
my office door.
I'll see if I can find a better weapon than a letter opener. Ah, bathroom. Got someone else's reflection then. Right. Unusual. The Welbeck cabinet is locked open. Force lock. Aha. Bandages. Why don't they just say click? It'd be way easier. That's a lot of doors. Okay. Okay, they're going for the... traditional red evil look then. Hey! I know him. He is an investigator from the
Who
original
goeth?
one.
I'll ask the questions.
Roland Banks.
Bureau of Investigation. I'm on the job.
What would a federal agent want with me?
William Yorick, Master Thespian at your service. The good professor requested my presence to discuss a performance of some sort. Judging by the scream we heard, it appears to have begun without me.
Seems like I'm on the right track. Something hinky's going on here.
You broke into her house.
Is Professor telling us to suspect in some crime?
You are,
She's
Yorick.
a person of interest. The Bureau has evidence that others are trying to involve her in some shady business. I came to find out what she knows, if anything. Then I heard the scream, too.
Oh, okay.
Seems we need a key to get inside that room.
I wasn't prepared for so many guests today.
I'll help you find that key.
Okay, so it looks like... Right. Roland Banks, mental resistance 60, 2087. Strange group of people, he seem to have a little more than vague rumours to investigate. Roland has more chance of dealing a critical hit in combat. He's logical, strong in initiative, average in melee but strong in range, weak in magic. Traumas can cause them to become daydreaming, cigarette addict, and inaccurate. Okay, close. Infant's crib, obviously not brand new but well cared for. Office key.
There's a key on this mobile.
My files say
Why are
Tilly
you
has
asking
no
what the
children.
strange, bedraggled,
That's
Shakespeare
true.
spouting dude is
Why
doing
was she
in
the nursery?
her house?
The professor always wished for children, even long after she grew too old to have them.
How do you know?
I can't say it isn't true. I wish people were less prone to idle.
Right. Well organised bookshelf with something on it. +1 to sanity, but damages self. Use. Have a smoke. Gain sanity, lose a health. Okay. Strong wooden chest doesn't seem locked, but something else prevents it from opening. Shake. You open the chest to find it full of books lying top of a single sheet of paper on which is written a recipe for apple fritters. Okay. I'm going to assume at the moment there is no mythos effect, so we should be good at just idly staring at stuff. Check in here. What? This door doesn't lead to it. Right, okay. I don't care where it doesn't lead. I just want to look through her stuff. Painting of cats. Okay, I guess we're being forced to go into the... Right, you will encounter enemies as you explore. You can know which room contains enemies as a glow crawls from under the door. Ah, okay, like that. Okay. So we get the combat. Ah, cultist. As expected.
An intruder. How many people can I expect to break into my house today?
Who are you?
Listen, pal. You've got some explaining to do. Come then. I have just the explanation you deserve.
How does combat work then? Okay. Combat is turn-based. Every cat acts one after the other without time constraints. The order of each attacker is based on initiative roll. The start of combat and display at the top of the screen. The initiative bar, okay. Each cat has 5 action points to spend each turn. Each action has a specific action point cost. Once validated, an action cannot be undone, except for movement. There are 3 types of weapon: melee, ranged, and spellbook. Each investigator has a different aptitude with various weapon types. This aptitude will affect the action point cost of the attack. So I can punch, I can knife, I can move, not got a ranged weapon, I can use an item, I can trade items, I can enter Overwatch, which I'm assuming lets me move later, or I can end turn. Okay. So move. Confirm. Attack the enemy. Overwatch. So this action is called Overwatch. The investigator will prepare to attack, even when it's not their turn. The first enemy that moves within their weapon range. Okay. Okay, so confirm. quite a nice little like XCOM style
What's
combat.
going on?
We'd better have a look inside.
Continue. More combat. More monster. Right, okay. Looks fit. Use on him. Confirm. Bandage yourself up for that 1 damage you took earlier. Oh, what's that? Reload. Tab. Shift. Story. Strange man. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a spoiler. Strange people that came into my house and killed me. But even if they sacrificed me, that's a little bit of a spoilery. Cultists.
Who in blazes are you?
Angels and ministers of grace defend us.
Wait. That's me.
Okay, so
That is
we're being talked to by a ghost. That
body.
kind of explains it a bit.
That's
Yes.
Professor Tillinghast, all right. She won't be telling me much anymore.
We need to stop them.
No shit. Right. Bye bye, Santi. Yep, there we go. Right click to move. Move. Attack. Overwatch. Confirm. So reload, I can reload, I can heal. So I feel like I want to shoot. And then I want to overwatch. There we go. So that overwatch works quite nicely. And then he's going to move, and I'm going to knife him. Right, through your investigation you may draw the attention of the great old ones. It's called Mythos. Mythos got filled up each time an unsuitable action is chosen during a complex interaction at the end of a full round of combat. When the Mythos clock is full, the great old ones will intervene to slow you down. Fill up each time an unsuitable action. Okay. Was the Overwatch unsuitable? Okay, he's dead. Cultists are down.
Who were those cloaked figures? This wasn't just a burglary.
You're right about that. Must be connected to my investigation. We better have a look around.
Do they have to move them for me to overwatch them? Well, she's dead. Do we pat down or do we look? Pat down. Not suitable. Okay. sweeping wound on Adam's body causes death. You feel the ability of your mind shatter. Sanity check. Wow.
Such a brutal death. Even Shakespeare would hesitate to
Despite
Please.
my age, I have
Leave the
much
Shakespeare
Wound on
alone.
her stomach. It looks like she was knifed.
I do not remember him being this obsessed. Right. Knowledge manual. Desk drawer is locked. You need to open it before searching inside. Find flaws. There is notebook, so glad you find nothing related to the murder, but it's clear the professor was in the habit of recording even trivial events in her life, okay?
Look at these notebooks. Is this the professor's handwriting?
It is, but how would you know?
There's no useful information here. But perhaps Professor Tillinghast kept notes on this material in another location.
Okay. In the clock, maybe. I must admit, I quite like the introduction of the Mythos clock, because Mansion Man just had, you had a Mythos phase at the end of everyone's turn, but Eldritch Horror had a clock system that was a lot more enjoyable. We should be able to put some of the object back together. Resembling most of the shattered container, you see a flask probably came from the laboratory. Mr. Tonic Lab.
What's this mess?
Yeah, a broken jar or flask. You make out a few letters.
Mr. Tonic University Science Lab.
Miskatonic University Science Lab. That's simple enough.
Really wishing I'd picked someone else. What is our objective? Search for clues. Okay. One button. I assume I've missed something in here then. Ah, yes I have. The massive selection of pentagrams drawn on the floor. Large glyphs painted on the floor, apparently in blood. Your certain Professor Tillinghast was deliberately killed above it. Okay.
An ill sign. That and drawn in blood.
My nice, clean floor ruined.
Now,
Unsure whether I like the ghost talking to us.
this ain't a garden variety burglary.
Yeah. Could be King in Yellow.
We found everything we're liable to find here. Time to see where the evidence leads us.
And so, my friends,
Were they friends? Though, would you call them friends? One guy you employed and he broke into your house. The other guy was investigating you for possible tax fraud. It was a fun tutorial. I am excited. Combat works quite nicely. It's a little bit XCOM-y, which shouldn't, for me at least, the Arkham horror games are not run and gun. Yeah, fine if they just stick it to cultists, but they won't, will they? Oh, you managed to stay sane. Professor Tillinghast was found dead in her own home, but by what appears to be a member of a cult. No trauma, no trauma. Your investigator returned to the office.
search of my office makes it clear you must visit Miskatonic University. Not only did I work there, but the broken jar came from the university lab. Why did those strange men need it? It at Miskatonic.
Okay. Right. Tutorial group selection. You need to select a group that will continue the investigation to the next scenario. Build a group based on the challenge you expect to face in the field. Review the investigator's strength as needed in your notebook. I'd like someone other than him. Unfortunately, I don't have access to someone other than him. Yes, let's... All the items you've collected in your inventory are stored here. Before heading out again, make sure that you have assigned weapons. Okay, so it might be worth not using bandages like I did, because I can bring bandages back. One. Split the stack. Right. Launch scenario. Yes. But no, I'm kind of tempted to play... I have been tempted to play Mansion Madness games on stream. Play through them.
Welcome to Miskatonic
It's
University.
tricky setting up, and I haven't got
Home
cameras
of the
good enough.
prestigious Orne Library, which includes the country's largest collection of occult books.
Allegedly.
I once studied here as a student, later donning the mantle of professor and passing along all I learned to the next generation of astronomy students. This place was like a second home to me. Perhaps the things I left behind will provide you with clues to the answers you seek.
Science and astrophysics, huh? I bet we'll meet a lot of eggheads in this department.
I just want to meet
Has
Dexter Drake.
changed over the years. No place feels more like home to me. Not even my little house.
The secretary said Professor Norman Withers could give us access to Professor Tilling's office. But what do we expect to find?
We won't know until we look.
All right, let's find this Professor Withers.
Okay. The overlay is available in both exploration and combat by pressing tab, or click on the icon representing the three investigators. Okay, tab. Right. Oh, okay, Mythos carries over. It's interesting. Okay. So it seems like I can. So just investigating random bits and bobs doesn't cost me time, but making bad decisions on multiple choice ones does. I don't get why I made a bad decision. What, did it advance because I took damage? Just gonna take someone's drugs. Note left on bench, student sits on catches your eye. I can't stop thinking about the queer old book with its strange writing. Even holding it in my hands seems to strain my strength. As if it was some sort of vampire sucking away my energy. When Professor Tillinghast caught me with it, she confiscated it once. I haven't seen it since. Okay.
Here's Tillinghast's office on the left. Withers to the right. They must have known each other pretty well.
Professor Tilling's door is locked.
But of course, my friend, academics are no less prone to snooping around each other's secrets.
She looks a bit like Mrs. McGonagall.
Some have even been known to steal a colleague's research and present it as their own.
Disgusting.
We'd better ask Withers for the key.
Good plan. Anything else like nosy first, though? Bookshelf? Go back to... What? That's a bookcase. Have anything to do with administration? That's the door to administration. That's a bookcase. That's a little dodgy.
I say no, Agatha. You will pardon me.
Hey, Agatha.
I believe your methods to be the least bit scientific.
Ah.
I refuse to believe that Wilhelmina would have...
And that's that from the friggin' item cards. I can't remember what item card it's from, though. Don't... That might even be an investigator, you know.
Oh, they're talking about me.
Agatha's definitely a character.
Norman and I were colleagues for years.
Wasn't Norman a
So
character?
naturally, we addressed each other by our Christian names.
Norman. Skids O'Toole, he was fun. Roland Banks, Rita Young. Norman Withers, the astronomer, of course, yes he was, okay.
You, of course, may call me Professor Tilling.
Yes, what is it? How can I help you?
Listen, Professor. We're here to investigate the death of your neighbor. One Professor Till...
Not again. Can't an old man mourn his friend in peace? Oh, these constant intrusions by reporters, the police and garden variety busybodies. As I told your friends earlier, I do not wish to be disturbed.
Friends?
If you would just give us a moment.
Wait just a moment, Norman. Something tells me these people aren't the same as the others. Look at their... Oh, forgive my manners. I'm Professor Agatha Crane, and you seem to know of my colleague,
Who
Professor
do I
Norman
take?
Withers.
If I can, I'm a few. I wonder if I can take both.
Something tells me you've seen Wilhelmina, haven't you? That is, Professor Tillingist.
Agatha, for heaven's sake, stop this nonsense.
No, Professor Withers, she's right. We've seen unusual things. We arrived too late to save Professor Tillinghast. And we've seen evidence that whatever happened to her was unnatural, to say the least. We intend to get to the bottom of it.
Bottom.
I told you, Norman, that box could hold more than knickknacks and gewgaws. I, for one, want to see it for myself. You there, come with me.
Okay, it looks like we're just getting Agatha.
Where are you going, you confounded parapsychologist?
To the observatory. Wait here, Norman. I know you won't want to be disturbed further.
Yeah, we're just getting Agatha. 25, 7. Agatha increases group members' initiative in combat. She gets social and willpower. Initiative, strong, melee average, ranged average. So she's okay at magic. We want to stick some magic on her then, probably. Right. Let me just rifle through your office, though. Yes, please. I will have. Professor, why do you have bullets in your office? That's not academic. More evidence to log. A small telescope pointed out of a window. Peering through it, you must look away from the bright light of the sun. No doubt the view is better at night. He's sharp, this FBI agent, isn't he? That is an off print. A bit like there. Right, up the stairs to the observatory.
Old observatory. Of course, the new Gerald Warren Astronomical Observatories. Through these telescopes, I first gazed with wonder.
Okay, why are we up here? Once pride of Miss Taunton University Astronomy Department, the outdated telescope hasn't seen much use in recent years. Right. After locating the locker of Islands labelled Professor Withers, you find it locked tight. Break the door. Lockpick or force the lock. Lockpick it is then. Tillinghast box.
Here is the mysterious box.
The label marks it as belonging to Professor Tillinghast. What are these strange things inside?
Okay, so Mr. Drake is better at lockpicking.
This symbol, it was in Professor Tilling's room.
You've seen this symbol in Wilhelmina's room, haven't you? It is similar to the iconography of ancient pagan rituals. Here is proof that Wilhelmina's research went beyond known science and into the realm of the paranormal.
Okay.
Many of our colleagues questioned Agatha's unorthodox avenues of reason.
We must show this to Norman.
We can, or I can continue being nosy. I vote for continuing to be nosy. Ah. Yes, I think I do. Have a wrench, Agatha. You're welcome. If in doubt, clout someone with a wrench. Aww. Aww. I feel like Agatha's better at spells. But I also want her to have the wrench.
Yes, these glyphs indicate gestures of power, of magic. This, my friends, is a grimoire, a book of spells. What it is doing at the university, I cannot say, but we mustn't let this opportunity go to waste. We must see whether these spells work.
No, we must hit people with a wrench. That is way more important. Wrong button again.
Look here, Norman. See the odd things in this box of Wilhelmina's? It was far more than that comet.
I don't see what this has to do with her death.
We saw a sign identical to the one on this.
Cool. I'm just checking that
Must have
my microphone was
likely
working.
to be mere coincidence. Very well. You have my attention.
Join
and my
us.
help. Wilhelmina left Arkham earlier this year, and I received
Join
this
us.
box. After hearing no word from her, I became concerned, and
Oh, Norman, you dear fool.
unfortunately, I couldn't make sense of her notes. They made no sense to me. I did sense a whiff of the occult about them, which I admit made me uneasy.
We can't crack this case without your help, Professor. Tell us what you know, and we'll fill you in on what we discover.
You're right, of course. Here, take the key to Wilhelmina's office. While you have a look...
What was that sound? It came from...
My office.
Do we get to hit people with wrenches? Wrong button again. No monsters in there. Someone broken a window. What kind of callous monster would break a window to get into somewhere? Cultists.
What was that commotion?
They're the monsters.
Someone beat us to it. The room's been searched. And recently.
Just look at this mess.
Look there. Even the safe is broken open.
To arms, my friends. The villains have absconded with our evidence.
Whoever it is must be dangerous. You must protect the students.
Right. Ah, Alistair Crowley. Good. Always glad to see his name. Ooh, +1 sanity gain. I don't think you needed it. That's quite cute. Safe and threat to the other has been forced to open. Presumably everything culprit ramps up the place and nothing left inside. Painting. You see Edward Hopper's painting House by the Railroad. Seems unsettling in this context. But everything? I believe so. Well, it's time to go and beat up cultists.
These goons dress just like those mooks at the professor's house.
They're not ghouls. Oh, goons.
They're the ones who looted her office. Stop them!
Who are these interlopers? Deal with them while the others escape.
Agatha, I hope you went to hit someone with a wrench. 5-6 crits. 20 health. 20 health. Nice. Sound. Then Overwatch. What happens if can I Overwatch 2? Minus 70 to combat movement. Right, let's move to... Knife him. Then... Refocus. What? Does that let me give someone who's already been another two action points? Oh no, move up one position. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough to use the wrench. That's a shame. Ow. Ow? Shoot him. Reload. Okay. Kniff. Okay. Then can we use book? Yes. Okay. Book works. Restrained. Investigators will say their state is affected by various conditions, some positive, some negative. Whenever an investigator is affected, you will receive immediate feedback indicating the condition. Okay. You can obtain more data to investigate information about the condition affecting the investigator on the inviting overlay screen. Tab. Restrained for 3 turns. Okay. Hammer time. Yes. Enter. Yes. Okay, mythos is happening. Invisible tendrils entwine your limbs, slowing you whenever... Right, okay, so mythos effects happen at the end of each battle round. Okay, not too bad. I don't plan on needing to move. Bam. So that did actually clear the mythos effect quite nicely.
That scream is coming from down the corridor.
Oh no, the students!
Let's
It
head
must be
up the
one of those
corridor.
Weird burglars. Let's go.
Still vote for up the corridor. I am going to stop taking the piss now though, and swap. Can I change inventories, please? There. Right. Move to you. I just fume. Let me check that. 3 action points. Yeah, so it only costs 3 action points on him instead of 4. Okay. Combat there. Check the laboratory. Locked.
Scream came from right around here.
This was Wilhelmina's classroom. It sounds as though some students have locked themselves in.
Who's out there?
It's me, Professor Crane. Are you all right in there?
We're safe, but some strange people attacked us. We managed to barricade ourselves inside.
You stay put until we've dealt with them. Did you see which way they were heading?
They ran down the next corridor. Be careful, Professor. They look dangerous.
After we handle those burglars, we should come back here. If this was Professor Tillinger's classroom, we might find clues inside.
Okay. Bulletin board filled with flyers for university activities, including an announcement for an upcoming home game for Mythotonic Squids. Before I clicked on this bin. Right, emptying this stand with a fresh canvas. It's not the most glamorous job, but searching the garbage bin might turn up a clue. Empty. Bullets. Yes, please. More bullets, good. Who needs them, to be fair? You. A good old FBI agent who could might only be slightly addicted. Oh, I found cigarettes.
Come here, you.
Help me!
We must protect the students.
Okay.
Help me!
Okay. Overwatch is probably good. Move to there. Confirm. Confirm. Overwatch. Confirm. And alright, let's move to there. Restrain you. Enter. Shoot you. You get hit with a wrench. Nice.
Help me!
Okay. Shoot. How are we doing? Definitely want you to Overwatch again. Hit him, kill him, Overwatch again. Correct. Okay, he does get to go first. And get shot. move, I think. Stabby time. Attack with the knife.
Are you all
Nice.
right? Thank you. I think I'll be fine. It's mostly shock.
This
Right.
is just a diversion. We need to catch up to the...
I wanted... Can I investigate this now, please? Body vanishes from cemetery. Don't take my sanity. Student is bruised but otherwise unhurt. He thanks your help. He gives you a gift, medical book. Handbook of Modern Medicine Practice, good for brushing up on your skills. Healing perform bonus +2. See, I don't think I need to use that just yet. Tab. I do want to reload. Inventory. Reload. Okay. I do have to keep an eye on how many bullets I've used though. Okay. Locked. One turn on the Mythos clock so far.
Are you hurt? No, just bruised. Some men in weird costumes knocked me down.
Which way did they go?
They ran right into that classroom.
Okay, Santi's getting a little low. Not really good, but up here. Stairs lead to the Marine Biology Department. But far from Professor Girls preparation. I don't really need to use. I could do with healing sanity, but
Who are you people?
I haven't got anything for healing sanity.
There they are. They have the professor's things. Get them back.
These fools mustn't stop us. Deal with them.
Right. Really? How do I change? Right. I do want to Overwatch. Think we want to move to there. Confirm, then Overwatch. There, confirm. Move to there, confirm. Use Book of Restraints. Confirm. That's coming quite handy, that Book of Restraints. No. Ow. I did not notice she had a gun. That's awkward, okay, right. Did not want to do that. I screwed this up a bit. Stun, please. That's not a stun. I can't use that on someone else, annoyingly. No, I want to use knife, please. Ah, crit would have been nice. Free damage. Do you mind? That is incredibly unprofessional of you. Just heal myself up. Wrench. Then move to help Chappie, I think. Move to help Drake. Knife him. That's not going to give me initiative back, is it? Again, don't really want to waste bullets. 1 damage. Just. Wrench time. If in doubt, hit him with a
That'll
wrench.
teach you to run from a federal agent. Now, let's see what you lifted from the office.
Robbing the robbers. It would all seem a bit tawdry if it weren't so poetic.
The unmoving body of one of the strangely galloping intruders. You won't be terrorizing the students any longer. Feels really... No, bad. Letter from the director. Grant Professor Tilligan exclusive use of the science lab for a time. Reading between the lines, you presume she intended to perform an experiment there. Another sanity check.
This letter indicates that Professor Tillinghast reserved the science lab for some experiment.
Okay. Only Dexter Drake lost sanity there. Oh, a telegram mentioning Lanet. Everyone lost sanity there. Good. From the dead man's pocket you draw out a telegram. Alphonse Lanet is a traitor. Stop. Could pose threat to your life. Stop the herd. Oh, pardon me.
Alphonse la nuit. The herd.
I don't recognize those names.
Alphonse Lanwick.
These clues might not make sense now, but we might... I think that's all they took.
Okay.
We should return to Wilhelmina's classroom and tell...
In that case, let's check the classroom. If it was Professor Tillinghast's, we're bound to find some clue about what happened to her.
Good point, Yorick. Anything else, though, of interest here? Preferably some cigarettes. Top of the podium is an outline for a talk on autumn constellations, including Andromeda, Aquarius, Capricorn, Pegasus, and Pisces. Ooh, cigarettes. A satchel in the style of a student's school bag. Oops. Increases the chance of failing your next sanity check until the next scenario. Okay, a ceremonial knife that protects its wield from evil magic. Okay. Yes, please. And cigarettes. Finally. Yes, smoke 'em, please. What's the phrase? Smoke if you got 'em. What was that sound? Did I miss a clue? Fading sanity? What? Increase the chance of failing your next sanity check 50%. Okay. Really do with the scenario ending quite quickly. I'm going to check on the students first, just in case there's an encounter in there and it's being me. As you try to open the door to Tillinghast, Clive, you feel heavily resistant. Seems that inside unlock. Okay.
It's all clear, students. We've taken care of those brutes.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any bullets or cigarettes on you?
Let's make sure everyone is unhurt. Then let's have a look around this classroom.
Cigarettes, please. We're all going slightly insane without cigarettes. Right. Wide-eyed, open-mouthed, students shuddered in the throes of panic. We should definitely scare them. Stronger than a cup of coffee. Move. Cool. We can stack stuff together. Okay. So just to be on the safe side. To be fair. No, let's not, just in case. Okay, so it's going to be a fair bit of inventory management as well in this game. Locked display case full of rocks, some of extraterrestrial origins. Don't look at the sun. There's one telescope point out a window and towards another window. Whoever used it last was the people in Tom. Okay. Not of use. More filthy bandages. Using them is probably bad. Trick sometimes asking the right question. After you question the student, she says, a few months ago the professor asked me to return a book to the library. I returned it without looking at what it was. All I remember was the large yellow book, okay? There's useful information. The student looks... Okay, we passed him. Have you heard Professor Tillinghast's body disappeared from the cemetery? The only witness is an Albert Hatcher, a gravekeeper. Whether he saw drove him mad.
Professor Tillinghast's body vanished from the cemetery? How ghastly.
Who on earth would steal my corpse? It must have been grave robbers, of course. It isn't as though I could have leapt up and walked away.
Or could you?
This Albert Hatcher is our only witness. We should visit...
No, we're still at 50%, okay. Need sanity back. The handwriting of the letter is difficult to make out and the sentence has gone on. Ciphering the note you find describes astronomical observations by one of Professor Tillingham's students. A number of sequential dates crossed off without notes if the professor missed several classes. Thanks for the help for the young woman. When you asked about Professor Tillinghast, she said she'd been spending a lot of time in the library lately. I noticed she kept a book in her bag. I didn't notice the title, but I saw the author's name was Y. Page. More evidence. If you general guidance just begin making sense. Research says that likely the professor has been working on a project of her own. When I asked her about it, she said it was a project too advanced for me. I guess I was a little insulted, so I spied on her. I saw her look through the books in the third bookcase from the back of the library, the one with all the dictionaries and encyclopedias. Okay. Interesting. So it's the library by the looks of it. Okay. I feel like that is of everything of interest. This is the library, wasn't it? Third bookcase from the back. Yellow book, Y something. Bullets, yes please. Strain, you finally reaches far enough to grab the item. Pocket watch. Steady ticking of this watch reassures you that everything will be alright for now. Mythos clock drops to 0. Right, I feel like that'd be better used not now. Non-super. The book is on the shelf dedicated specifically to astronomical observations, study of stars, constellations, comets, and of course planets. Why? A note on the table most likely written by a student. 1 pint, split pea, carrot, and onion. Why do we keep finding recipes? There's like the apple fritters one. Bookshelf, you discover a record of comet sightings since the dawn of astronomy. Some of these comets won't return for another 10,000 years. This is one of the borrowers, but it was 15 years ago. Bushed. James Irwin, President, Miss Hunt University. I want to... objective. Can't remember the name of the freaking book. A to F, F to that. Oh. Thought it S something. Young or something. Want to use this. Reset the clock. Oh, what did that? Do I need to go back and ask the student? I was assuming it had been written down. There we go, right. Right in this section, a number of books attract your attention. The new blue title, the thin green books bid for the heavy yellow volume. The book borrowed by Tilgast. Heard of... Among the reference books you find one listing scientific groups in the United States. One of them is called the Herd of Agaldi, a small astronomical society based in New Orleans. Okay.
Here it is again, the Herd of Alcidi. There's some sort of astronomy club. That explains the professor's interest.
They're based in New Orleans?
Perhaps that's where the professor went on a trip.
That makes sense, since she circled the name in the book.
I do feel a pang of guilt at defacing a book in such a manner.
That about wraps it up. We've examined all the sites the professor would have known.
It's about time we return to Norman's office. Perhaps he's made some headway with it.
Okay. Wrong button again. We found and used up that pocket watch, but saved us something. This way? Norman?
Ah, you're back at last. Did you find the cause of the commotion?
Yes, and we took care of most of it. But there might be more trouble on the way.
We discovered another clue as to what happened to Professor Tillinghast, as well as an enemy.
An enemy of Wilhelmina? Poppycock. Everyone liked her, even the students.
Do you know any reason why she requested exclusive access to the science lab for several days?
What? No, she had no need of a lab. As an astronomer, she spent most of her time in the observatory, not among flasks and beakers.
The broken glass we found in Professor Tillinghast's house?
Yes.
Looked like it might have been a flask or beaker.
Here, this is the key to the science lab. You can find the entrance in front of Wilhelmina's classroom.
Okay, back to the classroom. Hello, sir. Can I help you? Need to calm this person. The student injured during the ruckus in the car has hidden himself inside. It's not very well hidden. Bandages. Okay. Again, like, could really do with like 3 cigarettes or just more combat.
How did you? I could have sworn I locked that door.
Hello.
No regret opening it.
Something
Special.
very wrong about this man.
He has dispatched that guard already.
Okay. We are low, low, low. Yes. Overwatch next. Overwatch you. Move. Overwatch. Confirm. That's not fair, he's got range too. And not much health left now. Not any health left now. Bye bye wrench guy. Nice. Don't like him with a spell book though. Do not like that at all. Can I punch someone who isn't nearly dead? Okay. Reload. Firm position. Move. Knife him. This isn't looking good for them. effect. You feel no, you all investigations check their sanity. This could go badly. Agnes is going insane. Trauma acquired. Monophobia. Everyone else is gone. You're all low chance sanity loss when last standing in combat. Okay. When the investigator finds which zero trauma will be infected on, it can be affected by up to 3 different traumas simultaneously. 4 trauma will upgrade an existing trauma. These traumas can be purged by leaving the investigator at the office between. Okay. Mine's just stunned her. A crit. Nice. Move. Confirm. Wrench time. Don't you dare hit my Agnes. I'm not wasting the bullets. And a wrench will do.
What just happened?
That man cast a spell. Oh, I know how that sounds, but you saw it with your own eyes. Something Wilhelmina researched proved dangerous. Fatally so for her.
I'd quite like that spell, please. Strange man lied dead on the floor. Prospect of rifle through his pockets more than a little gruesome. Alright, I want to scrap a paper in his pocket. Oh god. Friggin' Dexter Drake has gone insane too. A note. Cigarette addict, low urge to smoke a cigarette. Okay. Not too bad, I just can't leave him with cigarettes. Right, so that ceremonial knife I can't use to stab people, which is a shame. Class notes on chalkboard partially erased. If someone began to clear the board before noticing you almost do not erase notice. Okay, that's not an interaction sign, that's a Bunsen burner. Just a door by the looks of it. I am, just in case, move to you there. Just in case. Bandages. Use bandages. Just in case. If there's another combat, I don't want them to be that low. Scatter pages and notebooks listed the area. It might be tedious to search at all. Doing so might turn up an overlooked clue. Many of the jumbled notes mention the imminent passage of a comet. Professor Tilgeth appeared to be studying. We're in reanimator territory. Ghoul? My go?
What is this thing? Is it even alive? I've never seen anything like it.
No matter its origin, you must admit it is a scientifically important discovery.
It's going to cause sanity checks, isn't it? And York's going to lose it.
Broken glass we found at Professor Tilling's house. Do you suppose someone took one there?
Yorick's going to become traumatized, isn't he, by looking at this? A weird worm-like creature with strange tentacle-like growth lies on an operating table. Appears dead or dormant. Something about its strange appearance strikes revulsion into your heart. The thing is an abomination. Rather than that, students find it, you decide to burn it. Burn it.
We can't just leave this thing here. Imagine the fright it would give the janitor. Better to burn it.
You can't know how this creature's flesh will react to flame. Don't take the risk.
You're right. We can't let anyone else get a hold of this thing.
Brilliant. True. Okay. You managed to stay sane. Professor Tillinghast spent at least as much time at Miskatonic University as she did at her own home. There's no better place to start investigating her activities before a gruesome murder. Cigarette addict and monophobia. Continue. Investigators will return to the office. I think we're going to save and call it there.
Keeper Albert Hatcher is the only one who saw how my body left the cemetery. And whatever it was broke his sanity.
Arkham Asylum then.
Questioning a madman might not be easy, but it's the only lead you have.
And not the DC one. Right. Okay. No. Back.
The gravekeeper Albert Hatcher.
Firm, okay. Sanity points, health points. Okay. Okay, so health points aren't. It doesn't really matter when. Initiative. Okay. Biography. I think increased group members' initiative in combat. One have more chance of dealing critical in combat. Right.
The gravekeeper.
I think I'm going to call that there. So, thank you for joining me. I'll be playing more of this game on Friday, so hopefully see you then. As ever, this playthrough will be up on my YouTube shortly, along with my recent Abduction virtual reality playthrough and my playthrough of all 5 Myst games. Do check out, link in the description.